a lot of us were introduced to you from College Hill. Yeah,
Yes.
that's how we got to know you.
Yes.
Going back to that, how hard was that dealing with, cameras being on you all the time while trying to get an education, trying to adjust to college life, especially at a HBCU?
Yeah. I mean, it was super hard. I mean,
Being a black man selling skincare products on HSN and being the #1 skincare product in the country. I'm sorry, I'm saying country. Is it country or world?
I think it might be the world, maybe.
Okay. I want to make sure I give you the right glorifications on that. That's a big deal. Like, was that ever something that you saw coming?
No. Absolutely not.
Like, why did you select Buttah as the name of your brand?
It was the first name that came to me when I thought about how I wanted my skin to look. Smooth as butter. Swear. And in the South, that's what they say. You look smooth as butter. And so I just thought that it was a name that we would understand. And it was for us to get. And I think it resonates through so many generations of our culture.
You are now tuned into Suave Sessions with Dorion Renaud.
So, Dorion, we think we know about you, but we really don't. So, tell me about, how did you grow up? Where did you grow up? What was childhood like?
I grew up in Beaumont, Texas, small town outside of Houston, Texas. Childhood was simple, but I wanted to get out of there. I do remember that. My dad, he owned a barbershop and a shoe shop, and so I grew up around, self-care and, seeing men and women come and get their shoes fixed, getting their hair cut. That was like a tradition down in Texas. You have a barbershop, get your shoes shined at the same time. And small town, man, really not much. One movie theater, one mall, but, it was really there where I discovered self-care and watching my grandmother and watching people around me really use those thick products for our skin. And the humidity down there works really good with our skin. And so it was there I started really appreciating what good skin was, man. But yeah, I left at 18. I went to college at Clark Atlanta University and started doing television there and hosting there. And that brought me to Los Angeles a few years later, where I started acting and modeling and doing all of that stuff. And 4 years ago, I decided to take a leap of faith and start Buttah, because I'd had problematic skin growing up and I couldn't really find anything that worked for my skin. So I was doing a little bit of everything, trying to help the dark spots and the hyperpigmentation. I didn't even know what hyperpigmentation was. And so when I moved to LA, you get into spending a lot of money on these skincare products and all of these different regimens. So I brought Buttah, here because of my need and the need of everybody around me. So that's how we are here now today.
All right, so I'm gonna touch on a few things. Like a lot of us were introduced to you from College Hill.
Yeah,
that's how we got to know you.
Yes.
Going back to that, how hard was that dealing with cameras being on you all the time while trying to get an education, trying to adjust to college life, especially at a HBCU?
Yeah, I mean, it was super hard. I mean, I went from being a regular student and then, next thing you know, I'm on a reality show. So technically at that time, I was trying to focus on school and also doing a job. We now recognize that as a job. Back then, it was different. And I think, when you're trying to get to know yourself and learning about yourself, looking back, probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, put cameras on myself as I'm growing into who I am. But I look back now and I'm really proud of doing that, because it took a lot of courage. And, it shows evolution of somebody going from, being this small town kid to getting adjusted to college in a large city and trying to chase his dreams and living with people that he would not normally live with. And so, yeah, it was difficult, but at the same time, it was a great experience, you know, and I'm looking forward to BET relaunching this show. And I think that they're going to do something really special with it.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, my freshman year, I couldn't imagine having a camera following me. Like, it's just, nah. like, I remember being in school watching them, was like, don't bring that here.
Me too. I had never really saw the show prior to, except for when they were fighting. And I was like, oh, that's not me. and I ended up on it, you know, and it was really an accident how I ended up doing the show. You know, it was last minute, a few days prior to them starting production, and two of the guys had quit. And so I was on something else, and the casting director and the people I was working with said, hey, let's send them in for an interview. And like 3 days later, I was on the show. I was calling my mom from the house phone, like, hey, I don't have my cell phone anymore because I'm shooting a TV show. She said, well, what show are you shooting? And I told her. She was like, no, you're not. So, but it was a good experience. And I just you know, got to see what they're doing with the new show. And I think it's going to be interesting. Nice.
Yeah. You said you grew up, your dad's an entrepreneur.
Yes.
What kind of drive does that put into you as a college kid going into college? Because most people say if you have a skill, there's no need for college. Mm-hmm. But going to college, having an entrepreneurial family, what was that drive like for you?
Well, my dad always taught me to work for myself. He always had a job at his company, but he always said, if they let me go, I'm going to be okay. And so, you know, being an entrepreneur was always first. I didn't even finish college. So, and I tell people that, you know, strongly and proudly, because I could have finished, but at that particular time, I had another opportunity and I bet it on myself. And I feel like it's important to instill education, but it's also important to instill in your kids that if you have a dream that might not require an educational path, that you can still do it. So my dad was always supportive, and he always showed me what it was like to make his own money. And he paid me from a very young age. From the age of 8, I got paid the same as a grown man. And he would always say, I'm going to pay you what I paid the other people that work here at the shop, because I want you to learn about money. So I've been getting paid as an adult since I was a kid. And so money was always a resource, and it was always something I worked hard for. But an education was important too, as well. But I think the experience of being in college and just connecting with everybody and being able to be creative with these other people, and then combining that with what my dad taught me, is what got me here today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it's crazy because, you know, as teenagers, young adults, we all kind of face that skin problem, trying to figure out like what to do. And then ironically, like there's not really too many products that are made for us.
Right.
So we start using stuff and it's the wrong chemicals, it's the wrong consistency. It doesn't work.
Yes.
How do you navigate that? Like I want to ask how you made it, but I mean that's a trade secret. We don't do that. So how do you navigate into that field? Like, what was that process like?
Well, you know, it started with my own personal journey. I really needed products for myself, and I had tried every single thing, you know, Proactive and Neutrogena, all of these things that I was seeing, these commercials I was trying, right? And I realized, God damn, it's not for my skin. What am I supposed to do? You know, they're saying that I'm supposed to take this pill or use this. And I was in New York, maybe I might have been 20 years old, and I found some shea butter on the streets of Harlem, and I started using it on my body. And then one day I tried it on my face, and it didn't break me out. And I was like, oh, wow, like this is kind of like cocoa butter, what I'm used to using. And the vitamin C serum, I was buying one that was really expensive, that I really couldn't afford, but it was helping with the dark spots and the hyperpigmentation. And I was using a gentle cleanser. And so when I first started Buttah, I just wanted to bring my routine to the streets. And then as I got in the lab with the chemist, and I really started doing research on what was irritating our skin, what worked for our skin, what made us glow, what helped, keep us looking younger, I started to create products that were catered directly for us. You know, the first kit was, if it works for me, I hope it works for other people. And then we started with the solution-based products that, you know, let me find a solution that works for my community and the problems that they suffer with their skin. And I think that, you know, we've done a good job with that with Buttah, because we listen to the people. Every product in my SKU, in my line, might not be something I need to use every day, although I can, but it's specifically for people that ask for things for those problems. And I think that we deserve to have quality products, great packaging, great information, great education on how to take care of our skin and make it easy and efficient, because oftentimes we would go to the drugstore and we would ask for our skincare products or hair care products. They would have to unlock it with a key. And I found that to be embarrassing. And I don't think that self-care and skincare should be embarrassing. And so it was my goal to take Buttah from behind those chain of shelves in some of these stores and really bring it to the forefront, bring skincare to a place where we were all proud of it, women and men, because I know a lot of men didn't even want to buy things because they thought it was demasculating. And so I wanted it to be universal for everybody.
Yeah, like most guys, you know, we end up washing our face with whatever's in the shower.
Yes.
So it's like if it's body soap, you're using Old Spice on your face, and it's like,
yes,
you shouldn't do
your
that.
Your face cannot be smelling like Old Spice.
Nah,
you know
it's not the go.
Yes.
That's not how it works. But I think with what I find, especially when it comes to skincare, is that for us, especially for men, like shaving becomes an issue. And then it's like you're shaving and then you're putting the wrong products on your face after you shave. And now you're literally burning your face.
Yeah.
And you think that that's how it's supposed to feel, but it's like, you're not supposed to do that. So it's
we got something coming for the shaving too, by the way. Because I struggle with ingrown hairs, I struggle with all of that, and a lot of times I thought my acne was acne, but it was ingrown hairs. So, you know, I think identifying where these bumps come from too is really key, because sometimes I would get an ingrown hair on my face and I thought it was a pimple, but it was simply an ingrown hair. And I know that's something that we really struggle with as Black people, you know, up here, down there, and you know, along with suffering from ingrown hairs, it leaves, you know, dark spots and hyperpigmentation and discoloration. And so we want to fix all of that. So we got some coming for the men for that. And also, you know, for your face, you know, everything in our kit is interchangeable. So it's customizable. If you have oily skin, we have a oil-free gel cream. If you have combo skin, we got the cocoa shade that I think works for everybody. If you have dry skin, we got the facial shea butter. And so although we're Black people or people with color, it comes in so many complex ways, textures, tones. And so we really wanted to cater to every shade of melanin when we created Buttah.
Yeah, and it was weird when I first found out about shea butter. It was from an African guy, and he was asking, he's like, what kind of lotion do you use? And I'm like, you know, the basic stuff. He's like, you don't put that on your body, man. Like, he's like, it's bad for you. I was like, you're just trying to sell me some stuff. So I bought it anyway, because he had a great sales pitch. So I bought it, and it was like, you get to a point, you're like, I never want to use lotion again.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that's what triggers people. And it's just, I think now, especially men, like the regimen is real. Like I know dudes that got facial steamers, they got face masks they wear. It's like Saturdays and Sundays are routines, and it gets real. And I think now that you have something that's on the market, and we're not, you know, picking through trying to find things and like looking for like a vitamin E something over here, a vitamin C something over there, and still finding all the wrong stuff. I think it's amazing that you found a way to market that makes us feel comfortable just buying a set. Because sets really don't work for us.
Absolutely. I mean, I faced that same problem. I wanted to really introduce the world of serums to our community too. And so instead of a toner, which we do have, and it's amazing, I said, let's put a serum in there because it's changed my skin. I think it'll change so many others. And, it started really making us do the research on that. And also, again, skincare should be something we should be proud of. We should be teaching these young Black brothers, whether they're going to be in front of a classroom as a teacher, working at the bank, whatever the case is. Your face is the first thing that people see, and you should, have it part of your regimen. It also helps your mind, it helps your spirit, it helps you feel better, and it also gives you that time to unwind. And as Black men, we also are faced with so much that, that extra 5 minutes of self-care, really take care of yourself to go out and be the best you for the day, or even if you want to relax at night. I think, Buttah covers all of that, and it's important that we teach people around us to really take care of your skin. It's an organ, just like take care of your heart, your mind, you got to take care of your skin. That wraps up this body, man. You got to take care of it, and you want to glow at the same time.
You want to glow.
Yeah, we like to glow. Black people like to glow, period.
Yeah, the glow is the thing right now. If you can glow, you good. Not be greasy, but glow.
Yeah, don't be greasy, but glow.
There's a difference.
I like that slogan.
Yeah, don't be greasy, glow. So when you started the line, you go through the process of finding the right stuff. Mm-hmm. That's not easy.
Yeah.
So how hard was that to get this thing off the ground?
Luckily I have really amazing chemists and a great manufacturer that I was able to go in, learn, and really test everything out on myself first. So anything that goes out, it's been tested on me for a few months prior to.
Oh my God.
So, not only was getting the product formulation, a lengthy process and a rigorous process, but deciding how I wanted to market it, deciding how I wanted it to look, deciding how I wanted to feel. And, we made a lot of mistakes along the way, but we continue to grow with our community. And so that's why Buttah is like ever evolving. It's always a new look. It's always a new vibe, because I listen to the consumers, and, I wanted to really entertain people as well. While they're using skincare, I want them to be entertained by our content and entertained by, how beautiful our boxes look. And I want them to look forward to what's next with us, because we're expanding into media. We have a talk show called Beyond the Surface that I love, and I'm so excited about it. It really dives beyond the surface of your skin and talks about the vulnerability of people, because when you are washing your face, that your body, that's the most vulnerable moment that you can have. I also have a podcast coming out called Better. It's on the iHeartRadio, where we talk about what makes people better, And so Buttah is a lifestyle. It's not just skincare. It is really embodying who we are, what we are, and, how we feel when we're under our greatest and best light.
Okay, so hearing all that, hearing all of that, this explains you getting this HSN 2021 Small Business of the Year award.
Yes.
Being a Black man selling skincare products on HSN and being the #1 skincare product in the country. I'm sorry, I'm saying country. Is it country or world?
I think it might be the world, maybe.
Okay. I want to make sure I give you the right glorification on that. That's a big deal. Like, was that ever something that you saw coming?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I knew that. I knew when I was building my name, in whatever way it was, I knew that it would have a huge purpose behind it. I knew I had a big responsibility on my life. I knew that I was always authentic with what I did. And because I was trying to find a solution to my problems, I can only imagine that God would play this incredible joke on me, putting me in place of helping everybody else find solutions to their problems, because, I was acting and hosting and doing all these other things. So it was always my take that at this point, I probably would be doing that more than I'm doing this, but it's such an honor to have this in first place and to really have my consumers in first place. And, I'm still able to entertain them through their skin. And I don't think there's any more vulnerable place that you can really be with somebody than in their bathroom. And so, for everybody to share their bathrooms with me, it's an honor. And, I feel like it's a dream come true, even though I couldn't imagine that it would have taken me here. When I first started it, I just wanted to help somebody. I was like, if a few people buy this and it helps them, then that's great. And so to see the success of it is mind-blowing. It's humbling, and it keeps me inspired, because I never thought that it would be this monumental for people of color.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And you're also a singer.
Yes. Okay.
What don't you do? So you're.
I don't paint too well. I don't do a lot of things well, but I taught myself how to do everything in the business because I felt like
give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm about to turn this off.
Can you tell that stuff? Because
always somebody. I know it's not important. Okay, so
yes.
Where are we at?
I don't know.
Was there anything he doesn't do?
Oh yeah. Shay jumped in. She said, "You asked me was there anything that I didn't do?"
Yeah. Is there anything that you don't do?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things I don't do, but I will say this. I taught myself pretty much how to do everything in front of the camera. I was that kid like holding a mic, fake mic, or singing or acting, and I found myself being really good at performing, and so I knew that would eventually get me in front of a screen, whether it was this way or that way. And so I tried to learn how to do everything that I could do as a performer. And so, yeah, that's where singing came from. I taught myself how to sing at like 13. Then I got my first record deal at 16. And so I actually entered the business as a singer. And so now we're about to revisit that again this summer when I put my album out.
This summer?
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
It's gonna be a long summer.
You got a lot of things on your plate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think that I read a quote recently, and it was like someone said that you can't be a master of many things, just be a master of one.
Yes.
And they were like, no, that doesn't work. Like, you should be a master of many things. Like, you should be doing many things. Like, if you're just in one area trying to figure out that one area, you have other talents. So the fact that you're utilizing like all of your talents is amazing. I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both sides of that. I mean, I am a master of one, and the one is Dorion Renaud, and he does many things, and so if I can master utilizing all of my gifts that I have, then I've mastered this one life that I have, this one person that I have. And so I take it like that, if God bless me with gifts, I use them, and I try to use them in the best way. And so, I'm not done acting, I'm not done singing, I'm not done hosting. I'm just doing things with a little bit more intention, a little bit more purpose, and through Buttah. So with a little bit more Buttah on top of everything.
So I want to say I know where you got the name Buttah from, but I'm not going to assume. Like, why did you select Buttah as the name of your brand?
It was the first name that came to me when I thought about how I wanted my skin to look, smooth as butter. Swear. And in the South, that's what they say. You look smooth as butter. And so I just thought that it was a name that we would understand, and it was for us to get. And I think it resonates through so many generations of our culture. And I think it's complimentary. It's a compliment to feel, to smell, to look, to embody Buttah, because it's smooth. And I think that that's a compliment from where we are from as Black people.
Yeah. But you know how we start that comment with a ooh wee.
Yeah.
And then you go from there to smooth as butter. I mean,
right.
that's that compliment make you blush a little bit.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you're at. You're gonna blush.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got podcasts, we have the show, we have skincare, we have music, we still have acting.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you're going to add to your name anytime soon?
Who knows? You know, honestly, that's how my world works. You know, if it scares me, I do it. You know, if it inspires me, I do it. You'll definitely see me dipping back into the reality space a little bit here and there, and showing people a little bit more of me and where I am in my life, and maybe returning to some old things and making them new again. So yeah, we have a lot of really cool things coming up on the horizon. A lot of big things cracking with Macy's and our Ulta launch that's coming up. And yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere for a minute. They're not gonna let me.
No. I don't see it. I don't see you sitting down anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great thing about entrepreneurship is when opportunities come, if it makes sense, you go for them. I mean, that's just how we roll.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. All right. So I know everyone can obviously get your line on HSN because you know, you're killing it over there. Where else can they pick up your products at?
They can find them at Macy's, Nordstrom's, Bloomingdale's, JCPenney's, Ulta.com. We're launching at Ulta stores this summer, which I'm excited about. Even UrbanOutfitters.com, you can find our products. But go to butterskin.com to learn about the products. Take our skin quiz to find out what type of products you really need and get them wherever it's convenient for you. You know, we try to make it available for everybody in everybody's neighborhood. And so that's what we're doing here. So you'll see a lot of Buttah this summer especially.
Nice. And that's important. Like do the skin test first.
Yeah.
Because don't have oily skin and get the dry skin kit. Like that's not gonna be the best way to go. Like find what works for you and then go from there.
And we also have sample kits that, you know, we give away for free sometimes. We do discounts on that you can actually try to see what products work best with your skin. Because I know I want to try something for a week or so and make sure it's really working with my skin. And so we have our sample program that you can find on our website, and, you know, testimonials, information from regular people and celebrities and beyond, you know, talking about why they love Buttah.
Nice. And we know we don't want people just, you know, putting it on for the first and be like, this don't work. Like it's day one.
Give it a try. You gotta let your skin adjust to new products. And you know, we also are solution based, so we getting all of that dirt and all of that out of your skin. And so, you know, if you've been using some stuff and then you come to our stuff, it's a chance that it's gonna be a little bit of a reaction at first because you reacted to good shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I don't think we really understand like how dirty our faces are until you really start cleaning it, and then it's like, okay, like I was a little dirty. That's on me. I thought it was just sweat.
Absolutely.
Sweat is dirty. Like you got to clean that off. Like you can't go to bed like that.
That's why toners are important too. Even after you wash your skin, use a toner. It's a good thing.
See, no more Old Spice on your face. That's basically what we're saying. No more Old Spice on your face. Like, there are things out here for you.
Yes.
All right.